chosen ones. Have you ever felt a strange vibration in your body late at night, like something deep inside you is shifting or awakening? Or perhaps you've woken up feeling like you've undergone some sort of spiritual surgery. Don't worry. What you're experiencing is not a malfunction. It's something much more profound, a spiritual recalibration. When you experience these sensations, your body, mind, and spirit are aligning with a higher frequency. This phenomenon is known as ascension symptoms, and it is especially common among those with a divine calling. It's a sign that you're being prepared for a deeper connection with your higher purpose. You might notice vibrations, headaches, sudden fatigue, or even temporary confusion. These are all signs that your body is releasing lower, outdated energies and making space for divine downloads. This isn't just mystical talk. Neuroscience has shown that the brain produces different electromagnetic frequencies during deep meditation and moments of transformation. During sleep, particularly REM sleep, your body becomes highly receptive to these spiritual shifts. But why does this happen mostly at night? It's because your conscious mind is quieted and your soul takes center stage. In this state, your higher self is better able to communicate and refine your path. For those chosen with a divine mission, this process of refinement is continuous. That's why it might feel like your body is falling apart, but in truth, it's simply upgrading to carry a higher purpose, more clarity, more light, more understanding. This isn't a curse. It's a spiritual upgrade. You're shedding old layers to make room for new, higher energies. Your breakthroughs are often disguised as discomfort, but trust me, you're not breaking down. You're breaking through. So next time you feel that vibration, especially during the night, don't fear it. Embrace it. It's a sign that you're right on track, evolving and upgrading to the next level of your divine mission. Ever felt this at night? Now let's set the record straight. Your body is a temple under renovation. Let's be real for a second. When people hear your body will fall apart, they think sickness, burnout, or breakdown. But if you're a chosen one, it's not destruction. It's divine reconstruction. Think of your body as a sacred temple that's been carrying emotional baggage, generational wounds, and spiritual toxins for years. At some point, the soul says, enough. That's when the spiritual renovation begins. Here's the science. Trauma doesn't just live in your mind, it lives in your body. According to research in somatic psychology, stress and trauma are stored in the muscles, nervous system, and even your gut. Your nervous system becomes a map of every emotional experience you've endured. And when divine energy enters your life, whether through awakening, surrender, or calling, it begins to purge what no longer serves you. You might feel chronic fatigue, body aches, strange emotional waves, or insomnia. But don't panic, you're not breaking down, you're breaking through. Your DNA is even part of this transformation. The science of epigenetics has shown that gene expression can change based on environment, thought patterns, and spiritual habits. Meditation, prayer, gratitude, and forgiveness have measurable effects on stress hormones and even inflammation. That means your body is literally being reprogrammed to align with your higher self. So when your joints feel stiff or you randomly cry during a quiet moment, it's not chaos. It's divine alignment. It's your system flushing out what's no longer compatible with your new frequency. This isn't the end of your health, it's the beginning of your healing. It's not your breakdown, it's your breakthrough. Your higher self isn't waiting for perfection, just permission. So welcome to the upgrade. You're not falling apart, you're finally falling into alignment. Have you felt any of these shifts recently? Signs that you're receiving a body upgrade. Let's break it down with clarity and facts, because what you're experiencing isn't random, it's meaningful. These signs aren't malfunctions, they're milestones of spiritual transformation. Let's dive in. 1. Random body aches. You might feel sudden aches in your joints, lower back, or shoulders. This isn't just about age or posture. Psychosomatic medicine reveals that the body stores emotional tension, especially unprocessed grief, stress, or limiting beliefs. When you're releasing these, often subconsciously, the body may ache as a form of energetic detox. 1. Sleep disturbances, 2-4 a.m. Ever wake up like clockwork between 2 and 4 a.m.? In traditional Chinese medicine, this time aligns with the liver, the organ that processes emotions like anger and frustration. Spiritually, it's considered a sacred window for awakening when your consciousness is most open and receptive. If you're stirring at this hour, you may be in a deep phase of energetic alignment. 2. Heart palpitations or fluttering dot. That sudden flutter in your chest isn't always anxiety. When the heart chakra opens or expands, it can produce physical sensations. Medically, it's essential to rule out serious conditions. But when no cause is found, this could be a sign of growing spiritual sensitivity. Your capacity for compassion and divine connection is stretching. 3. Vivid dreams. Science tells us dreams help us process emotions and memories. Spiritually, however, vivid dreams are more than just mental movies, they're messages. Pay attention to symbols and patterns. They often provide insight, direction, and even spiritual downloads about your purpose. 4. Emotional waves. Out of nowhere, you cry or laugh or both. That's your nervous system recalibrating. Trauma research confirms emotional release helps reset internal balance. You're shedding old layers, making space for new light. Chosen ones, your body isn't breaking down, it's breaking through. Why the upgrade happens at night? You may be asking, why at night though? Because night has always been more than just a time of rest. It's the sacred theater of the soul. Across history and cultures, the nighttime hours have symbolized mystery, depth, and revelation. In ancient Egypt, priests believed dreams received during the night were divine guidance. Native American tribes considered nighttime visions to be messages from the spirit world. Even in modern psychology, REM sleep is when our minds process unresolved emotions, offering healing through dreams. Biblically, the night is a time when God moves in profound ways. Jacob's wrestling with the angel happened in the dead of night, changing his name to Israel and marking a new identity. Young Samuel first heard God's voice while lying quietly in the temple at night. Jesus, too, often withdrew to lonely places after sunset to pray, showing us that spiritual alignment often comes when the world is quiet. Scientifically, your brain emits more theta waves at night, the same frequency associated with meditation, intuition, and creativity. This makes the nighttime uniquely suited for deep inner work and spiritual connection. When the noise of the day dies down, your soul gets a chance to rise up. That's why clarity often strikes at 2 a.m., why tears sometimes flow for no clear reason, and why prayers whispered in darkness can feel more powerful. Think of night as a sacred cocoon. What looks like stillness is actually transformation. You're not being abandoned, you're being rebuilt. You're not falling apart, you're falling into place. So don't fear the dark hours. Lean into them. They are not the end. They're the womb of something new. The night isn't closing in on you, it's opening a portal to something deeper. Do you often feel more spiritually awake when the world is asleep? The spiritual science behind it. Your body is not just flesh, it's energy, and this isn't just spiritual talk, it's backed by science. Quantum physics and biology both affirm that everything in the universe, including you, vibrates at a certain frequency. Your heart generates an electromagnetic field that extends several feet beyond your body, while your brain sends out its own measurable waves. Essentially, you are constantly transmitting and receiving energetic information, just like a broadcast tower. Now, when you're chosen, called to a higher divine purpose, your frequency begins to rise. This isn't metaphorical, it's a real, measurable shift. This process is known as a vibrational upgrade. It means your body, mind, and spirit start operating at a higher energetic frequency to align with your divine calling. Here's where it gets fascinating. Negative emotions like guilt, fear, and shame vibrate at very low frequencies. As your vibration elevates, these emotions can no longer reside in your system. Your body begins to detox, not only physically, but also emotionally and energetically. Even your cellular memory, where trauma and past pain are stored, starts releasing what no longer serves your spiritual evolution. You might feel tired, emotional, or even physically uncomfortable during this phase, but that's not a breakdown, it's a reboot. Picture your body like a smartphone going through a massive software update. It might lag or shut down temporarily, but it's being optimized to run a new system, a higher, divine system. This transformation enables you to carry more spiritual light, wisdom, and love. Your thoughts become clearer, your intuition stronger, and your presence more impactful. You are being reprogrammed by divine intelligence. So no, you're not falling apart. You're being fine-tuned. You are leveling up in sacred alignment, becoming the vessel your higher calling requires. How to handle the upgrade tonight? All right, let's get practical and dive deeper into what's really going on here, because this isn't just some mystical mumbo-jumbo. It's real, it's powerful, and yes, it's happening to you. First things first, drink water. No, seriously, your body is more than 70% water. And when you're experiencing a spiritual shift, you're not just thinking differently, your entire energy field is adjusting. Water helps flush out toxins, stabilizes your nervous system, and literally grounds you. Dehydration can intensify symptoms like dizziness, headaches, and emotional swings. So sip mindfully. Now let's talk about breathing. Deep breathing isn't just a quick fix to relax. It activates your parasympathetic nervous system, calming your body's fight or flight response. Studies show that conscious breathing lowers cortisol, your primary stress hormone, and increases oxygen in your brain. This allows your body to match the elevated frequencies of your spiritual growth. Basically, your breath becomes the bridge between your physical body and your expanding consciousness. Next, your words have power. When you affirm something like, "I welcome my transformation," you're not just being positive, you're rewiring your subconscious through neuro-linguistic programming. Your brain begins creating new neural pathways based on what you consistently declare. And what about just lying down? That's not laziness, it's surrender. When you allow your body to rest and feel safe, you shift from survival mode to healing mode. That's where transformation happens. Finally, journaling isn't just emotional venting. Research confirms it boosts your immune function, reduces anxiety, and increases self-awareness. It's a sacred mirror to your soul. So no, you're not going crazy. You're awakening. You're shedding layers that no longer serve you and stepping into alignment with your higher self. Are you ready to rise? The humorous side, chosen one's bodily glitches. Let's be real. Stepping into your divine upgrade isn't always majestic. Sometimes it's downright bizarre. And that's perfectly normal. Waking up at 3 a.m. with a burning desire to decode ancient symbols, or feeling like it's your personal duty to warn a modern-day pharaoh, that's not insomnia, that's spiritual realignment. According to various spiritual traditions, especially in Ayurveda and traditional Chinese medicine, the early morning hours between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. are considered the hour of the spirit. This is when the veil between the physical and spiritual realms is at its thinnest, allowing for divine downloads, revelations, and heightened intuition. Then there's your heart chakra, suddenly wide open and firing on all cylinders. One minute you're fine, the next you're tearing up over a dog food commercial. You're not overly sensitive, you're expanding. When the heart chakra opens, it often manifests as deep empathy and heightened emotional sensitivity. Scientifically, this can be linked to increased activity in the parasympathetic nervous system, responsible for rest and emotional regulation. And let's not ignore the bodily paradox. You feel ancient, like you've carried the wisdom of lifetimes, but also like a baby discovering the world again. Sounds, lights, and even your own thoughts feel louder. Why? Because as your frequency shifts, your nervous system is adjusting. Your body is literally recalibrating to align with a higher vibrational state. It's weird, it's wild. It's wonderful. Only the chosen ones navigate this sacred glitch with grace, stumbling through cosmic upgrades while radiating an inner light that can't be dimmed. So next time you feel a little off, remember, you're not breaking down, you're breaking through. Have you ever experienced a divine upgrade that made no logical sense, but felt perfectly aligned? What's on the other side of the upgrade? Now let's talk about what you're truly stepping into, because this body upgrade goes far beyond just feeling spiritual chills or needing extra naps. It's about stepping into your divine design. It's about unlocking real, measurable transformation, mind, body, and soul. After the internal breakdown, the emotional shedding, the letting go of old wounds, and the deep spiritual detox, you don't just return to normal, you come back upgraded. Sharper, calmer, aligned. Your senses heighten and your intuition becomes laser precise. And that's not just spiritual talk, it's science. The gut-brain axis, a communication superhighway between your digestive system and nervous system, becomes more sensitive during spiritual practices like fasting and meditation. That's why you just know things. You sense people's intentions before they speak. You read energy without trying. And yes, your energy shifts. It's not just a metaphor. Biofield science is exploring how humans emit real electromagnetic fields. This means your aura isn't just a glow, it's a frequency, one that either attracts or repels. When you walk into a room, fake energy gets uncomfortable. Truth recognizes truth. Your presence speaks louder than words. Your body becomes more than skin and bones. It becomes a healing instrument. You may not be a medical expert, but your peace calms storms. Your love resets nervous systems. It's called emotional resonance, and it's contagious. Scientific studies show that calm and loving energy affects heart rate and stress levels in others. So don't be surprised when people say, "You look different, you sound different," because you are different. You've been upgraded from the inside out, and the world can feel it. You're no longer just living, you're transmitting something divine. Encouragement, you are not alone. Chosen ones. If tonight your chest feels heavy, your legs tingle, and your eyes won't stop tearing, just know this: you are not alone. What you're experiencing isn't random. These physical and emotional shifts are often linked to a spiritual awakening, a real phenomenon studied both spiritually and scientifically. According to psychologist Carl Jung, awakening is the process of individuation, where the soul becomes aware of its true nature. Today, this is echoed in studies on global consciousness, such as the Princeton Engineering Anomalies Research PAIR project, which discovered that human consciousness can influence physical systems. Spiritually, this mass shift is what many call a divine activation. The weight in your chest, that's the emotional energy you've buried for years, finally pushing its way to the surface, demanding to be felt and freed. The tingling in your legs, that's energy moving through your root chakra, the body's grounding center, signaling that change is coming and you are being prepared to walk a new path. The tears, they are sacred. Biochemically, tears release stress hormones like cortisol. But spiritually, they cleanse your spirit and open your heart to receive divine direction. Instead of resisting, allow it. Transformation isn't comfortable, but it's meaningful. You are being refined like gold in fire, not punished, but chosen. This discomfort is part of a greater calling. Pain often unlocks purpose, confusion often precedes clarity, and isolation often prepares the chosen ones for elevation. So stand tall in the mystery. The energy rising in you isn't chaos, it's preparation. You're not breaking down, you're breaking through. And as each chosen one awakens, a collective light begins to shine across the world. You're not alone, you're rising, and together, chosen ones, you will shine. Tonight, something extraordinary is happening within you. Your body, as you know it, is falling apart, but not because you are breaking down, it's because you are breaking. The old version of you, the one who settled for less, hid behind fear, and doubted their worth, is being evicted. This internal shift isn't random, it's by divine design. You see, your body is not meant to be a prison for your spirit, it's meant to be In ancient cultures, temples were sacred spaces where heaven touched earth. Similarly, your life is transforming into a sacred vessel where divine purpose can be revealed. According to 1 Corinthians 6:19, your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit. You are being renewed, restructured, and realigned for greater things. The fall you feel, it's not destruction. It's like a seed that must first break apart before it grows. You too are shedding what no longer serves your destiny. And here's the beautiful truth. The Most High never chooses people because they are perfect. He chooses them. This is a key principle seen throughout history. Think of Moses, David, or even Peter. None were flawless, yet all were chosen and shaped into powerful instruments of change. Tonight marks your eviction notice to fear, doubt, and limitation. It's time to embrace the upgrade. You are not falling apart. You are falling into alignment with who you were always meant to be. And the best part, chosen ones. If you've been feeling something deep within lately, something hard to explain but impossible to ignore, this message is for you. Have you experienced sudden restlessness, intense dreams, a desire to isolate, or even strange physical sensations when you pray or meditate? That's not random, it's spiritual activation. These are common signs reported by people undergoing a divine awakening. Neuroscientific studies even show that spiritual experiences can stimulate the prefrontal cortex and limbic system, the same areas responsible for emotion, identity, and higher purpose. So if your spirit feels stirred, your emotions feel more intense, or your body reacts in sacred ways, chills during worship, tears out of nowhere, or bursts of energy, don't dismiss it. These are not symptoms, they are signals. Drop a comment below, hit like, and subscribe so you can stay connected with this powerful community of people walking a higher path. You're not just learning, you're evolving. The mindset of a chosen one is built on clarity, love, and conviction. You don't just survive life, you shape it with intention. You rise above distractions, you walk with purpose, you love without fear. Understand this. You are not just waking up. You are being elevated by divine design. Your journey has meaning, your trials have purpose, and your life has impact. Until next time, protect your peace. Follow the pull of your spirit and walk boldly in your calling. Awaken your spirit.